Carolanne from Poltergeist. Where should I start?
She was beautiful. She was everything an LA actress was. I looked at her, everyone looked at each other and said, well, guess we know who's getting the role of Michelle. And we were right.
So I first met Carolanne at our convention. I think it was probably like Monster Mania or something, but she had a table there, and I was approaching because I was like, oh wow, Carolanne, I would love to meet her. And then, before you know it, she was getting escorted off the property because it turns out she wasn't invited to the convention to be, I don't know, a participant, but she somehow got in there with a bunch of folding chairs and tables and, propped herself right up with all of her t-shirts and buttons and, pretty sure there's news footage of her getting arrested from that. I'm not sure.
Yo, Carolanne, this is Anne Marie. I got a real huge question. With this virus going on, what do we do? I mean, I thought I...
So when I first met Carolanne, she was working at a strip club in South Jersey, and she wasn't working as a dancer. She was working in the back dressing room, helping the girls with makeup and kind of doing palm readings for them. And I remember I met her and she introduced herself, and she asked me immediately if I had seen Poltergeist. And I remember saying, yes, I've seen it. And I remember she was very interested to hear my response and to know what I thought about the movie. And you can tell that she was trying to make sure that everybody knew who she was. Like, this was very important to her, that people recognized her and they still knew that she was someone.
Hi, yeah, I was in Poltergeist. All three of them.
Carolanne.
Okay. Oh, God, they caught me.
Oh.
I'm surprised. Normally, I get mistaken for the singer of Whitesnake.
Oh, but they found... Where did they go?
They went that way.
Oh.
You didn't catch my van?
No, I wasn't able to.
That's okay. We'll get spotted again.
All right.
It happens a lot in supermarkets.
Kind of trying to recapture that 1980s high that she once had. You could tell that she was kind of down on her luck at the time.
For some extra footage, give us some famous Carolanne poses.
Oh, okay. Tell me one.
All right, go. Oh. Ooh. Oh, wow. Stunning. Oh, my personal favorite. Wow.
Want to see my favorite?
Sure.
Ready? I call that my Nancy Drew.
How appropriate.
So, I told her, yes, I'd seen the film. She asked me a few questions about it, and I noticed that she had some tarot cards with her and a little tarot pouch. And I asked her if she wouldn't mind doing a reading for me. And she said, well, no, but I'll do a reading for myself. And she pulled out a card and she looked at it and she said, I knew it. And, all the girls are looking at her. I'm looking at her. We're like, knew what? And she says, it says, I'm going to be a famous oracle. And we're here doing the documentary. So I think we all know how that turned out.
Are we filming? I would have taken out the trash.
Carolanne from Poltergeist, this is take one.
The poster's in the shot?
It is.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, I'm Carolanne, star of the Poltergeist trilogy, and I am a horror, fashion, mom madness icon. That was good, right?
Perfect.
Oh, thank God.
I do think she'd like to find a partner.
Biker Daddy.
I don't know exactly what she'd be going for, what she really looks for in a person, but I think it would be someone that can just appreciate her for who she is.
Thought that was the ring, didn't you?
Appreciate the work that she does. I think that would probably mean the most to her.
I wish I knew you guys were coming. I would have gotten more vodka and cleaned up a little bit. I hope I flushed the toilet.
And we were talking just about me moving to LA and how she was in this, lived in this faraway land for a while away from her parents. It sounded really weird, like some sci-fi shit. But Carolanne is definitely a interesting friend to have. She's somebody who would be really lucky to know her if you do. Are we done? Am I done? All right.
Welcome to my crib, y'all. I feel like I'm on MTV Cribs. I think some of those houses were haunted. This one is. But I feel like I finally made it. I'm giving like a tour of my house. But I'll start off with my favorite item. This is a paranormal phone. It's paranormal because it has a fluorescent light inside of it. I acquired it because I had a private investor who believed in my ability to call people and give them a life advice. He bought it for me when I started a GoFundMe, and no one gave me any money for the phone. I said if everyone gave me $1, I could buy this phone, and no one bought it for me. One of the issues that I have with Carolanne is that she likes to borrow a lot of my designs and not return them back to me.
Obviously we all have heard the rumors about the cocaine use, and I think there was even a rumor about meth at one time.
Carolanne.
No, I've never known her to be on any kind of drugs except for just, using her Ouija board and maybe becoming possessed, if you can consider that a drug. But no, other than that, not in my presence. She's never used any kind of illegal substance.
Are you filming me doing this?
Yeah, you know that.
Oh God, I can't be seen taking out my trash.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right, we can do some editing,
From Poltergeist, a few years ago on social media, she had a Tumblr account that I followed for fashion inspiration, and she posted a lot of selfies, a lot of pictures from demonic cults and ghost photography. You know something, this building is haunted.
Oh. Do you know that for a fact?
Yeah, every time I pass by, I see ghosts.
Oh. Carolanne, where are you going?
Oh, I thought we were filming more.
Oh, well, we can. Okay.
Okay. I thought we were going to my car.
Oh.
Don't let them see what I drive.
Oh, okay.
So after doing a fashion collection inspired by her images, I reached out to her. My car wasn't locked. I had a stalker.
Oh, no. Is that a problem lately?
Sometimes.
Unfortunately, in her field of work, when you open yourself up to all these different energies, you never know what you're going to get, and some of them, unfortunately, can be really vicious.
You have a driver's license, right?
I do,
Okay.
but I don't...
I can't drive unless the passenger with me in the front seat has their driver's license.
Isn't that... how old are you?
Never ask a lady her age.
Okay.
You should know better.
And I learned that we both love the game Mall Madness. As like 20-something-year-old women, apparently that's what we love to do, play Mall Madness. So that used to become our weekend thing. We'd go buy some boxed wine, do each other's hair and nails, and play Mall Madness, and talk about boys, and talk about life, and call spirits, and what regular 20-year-old women do. So yeah, we've been friends ever since.
Carolanne, what are you doing?
I'm thinking about the ghosts.
Oh.
All this quarantine from that coronavirus. They say you have to be socially distant, and I'm trying, but I have all these ghosts in the apartment, and I need space.
Was there a rivalry between her and Drew Barrymore? I've heard this, but she's never said anything to me about it, so I couldn't really comment on that. I don't think so, but I don't know. You'd have to ask her about that one.
Like the Carolanne workspace, and a lot of 8x10 photographs of her. I guess she does her fan signings here, and her movies. Let's see. And what? Okay, I don't know what that is, but looks like bones.
Are you going through my stuff?
Oh, I was just showing everyone like your workspace.
Oh, well, welcome to my workspace. I call this the Poltergeist Hub.
So, what are all the things that you do from this space here?
I do a lot of my work here. Just one aspect of the work that I do, because I do a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I call this the Carolanne Hub.
Oh.
And I monitor and manage my social media here. Oh, watch out. It's an antique. But I do all my social media from here. I do my autograph signings. So a lot of times my fans will want 8x10s or just different, they'll send me things in the mail that they want signed.
Do you have a lot of requests for autographs through the mail? Or?
Oh yeah, that's why I had to set up the space.
So perfectly set up. I see you have your markers out. And
oh yeah, I took these from a convention. I was supposed to do autographs at this convention, but they wanted me to pay. Do you know you have to pay for a booth?
Well,
or a table? So I set up my own table, and when I got arrested, I took the markers with me.
Yeah, I think the arrest really rocked her world. I don't think she was expecting it. I don't think that, it was something that was normal for her. Just, she was really possessed at the time and acting crazy, and I know the police don't want to accept that as an excuse, but
she's definitely a challenge to know and understand. Sometimes she's filming these movies, sometimes she's doing book tours that aren't books that she wrote. A lot of times she's stuck in different, ghost universes. And ever since she got her light up phone, all she wants to do is talk to her fans. So it is a little difficult when you know someone like Carolanne from Poltergeist. Upside down cross for them too.
all right, let's see. It says, stay out of the light.
Love Carolanne from Poltergeist, XO, which is like a hug and a kiss.
Oh.
I can do it on paper, but not in person.
I know she wrote Charlie letters in prison for a while. It was very short-lived. It was not as big of a thing as the tabloids made it out to be.
Sometimes I come out here to this beautiful park, and I think about my successes from the Poltergeist trilogy and how blessed I am.
Oh, do you ever do fan signings here, or?
Yeah, I see a few of my fans.
Yeah.
I've signed a few autographs here. I met a few crackheads too that live under the bench.
Oh, this one?
Sometimes this one. Sometimes.
What about this documentary being made about you?
I think it's time. I think people need to know who the real Carolanne is and that her career is not dead.
I think that is.
But I just want to be painted in a favorable light.
I'm going to the light,
Carolanne, I think I misread it because I don't look any better than the day that I read it, and I think I invoked instead a lusty demon.
Carolanne, I'm asking you, can you explain that? Do we have spirits?
Carolanne, this is Mary Craig from Chicago, Illinois. Me later and tell Zelda Rubinstein I said hello.
Hey, Carolanne. Hey, honey, it's your dad. It's
Hi,
Steve.
Carolanne from Poltergeist 1, 2, and 3. This is your dear and near friend since day one on Instagram, Meredith Monroe in Hollywood, California.
Hi, Carolanne. This is John, and I'm trying to figure out which dog to support for this upcoming presidential election.
I'm trying to ask Carolanne, because Carolanne says to ask Carolanne, so I'm trying to ask Carolanne